let's take a moment and discuss pre-ride checklist. This not only includes maintenance, but it also includes what you should be bringing you with you for a ride. Naturally, this is your motorcycle. It's your responsibility to make sure it gets you out on the ride and also gets you home safely. It's your responsibility to make sure fluid levels, not only oil, transmission, primary, but also brake fluids and any other fluids involved in the operation of the motorcycle are kept fresh and full. Make sure your battery has adequate voltage. Whether you use a battery maintainer or you take your battery out and store it in a warm area on a trickle charger, make sure your battery's up to snuff before you go on a ride. Nothing worse than gathering a group on a Sunday morning to go for a ride and you're the only one whose motorcycle won't start. Make sure you check all your brakes for proper function. And besides having a nice firm pedal or lever feel, occasionally take the time to check pad thickness. It's not as difficult as it would seem. Look in there with a flashlight. Make sure the pad thickness is even, inside and outside pad, both front and rear. Always make sure your filters are fresh, air filter, oil filter. Don't let them run till they're filthy. The old adage, run it till it's broke, wait till it breaks to fix it, just doesn't apply anymore. If you're going to be traveling with a passenger, make sure you bring adequate clothing. It may be warm when you leave in the morning, but it will cool off as the sun goes down or the weather changes throughout the day. You don't want to have to head back from a nice ride just because your passenger gets chilly. Always take the time. Make sure everything operates correctly. Whether it's something as simple as a floorboard or something as complex and complicated as a spoked wheel or tire pressures. Tire pressures are very important in order to get the life out of the tire that you expect. You want to make sure all the fasteners, handlebars, mirrors, handlebar controls, all your lighting, make sure your windshield is clean. Make sure any foot pegs that you're going to use operate properly. You don't want them coming loose, possibly falling off, hitting another rider behind you when you're out riding in a pack. Another thing, make sure your seat is secure. Make sure your seat is comfortable. Make sure it's not only comfortable for you as a rider, but also for your passenger. Again, nothing worse, halfway through a nice ride, your passenger's squirming around so much, she's causing you to go on the road shaking. Other people get nervous about it. They have a tendency to put you all the way at the back of the pack just because you're a nuisance. Make sure you do a full electrical check. Just because your motorcycle, the ignition comes on and it starts, don't take for granted all the electrics are working correctly. Take a moment, check high beam, low beam, check turn signals left and right, check running lights, front and rear if it's wired for running lights in the rear. Check proper brake light operation, very, very important. Hand lever and brake pedal. You don't know in a panic stop if you'll be using one or both of them. They both need to illuminate the brake light, no matter what. Again, it's your motorcycle. It's your responsibility to maintain it or pay to get it maintained. Make sure when you go out riding, you're riding safe, you're riding comfortably. Check everything. Check it constantly. Make it a habit. Before you ride, check your ride.